Good morning, guys. You've got me, Lisa Novak, along with these two legends this morning, James Lamplower, Mark Novak. We are going to be talking about offers for rent and to buy. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We've got our casual attire on, actually. We just finished doing a bit of exercise this morning. Guys, we want to cover with you. Good morning, James.
Morning,
James
Novak.
is ready to do the intro. You just stamped over him.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, did I? All right, I'll stand back.
No,
I'll stand back.
No, not at all. What are we talking about this morning, Lisa Novak?
So this morning we're going to talk about offers, guys. It's something that we're getting asked about a lot in this market, and we're going to be covering offers on properties for sale and offers on properties for rent as well.
Big topic.
So two massive topics. It's a crazy market out there at the moment, and we're seeing that. We're hearing reports that's right across Australia, but Northern Beaches seems to be trumping most parts of Sydney. Number one, eh? Number one over the weekend. That was reported in the news. So we got.
Was it 8.6% in
10.2, I think.
But you reckon we're doing too many percent? Hey, Lisa reckons we're doing too much boys stuff, percentage stuff on our morning minute. So that's why she's come on in to do girly stuff.
Mark and I said this morning on our walk, and we don't always talk about business, guys, but Mark and I did talk about it this morning on our walk, and I said, you're just talking so many numbers all the time in the morning. And I said, I think we need a girl's intervention here.
Yeah,
it is true. It's a bad habit. It's a bad habit.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. James, making an offer on a rental property, commercial or residential, what's the best way to do it in today's market?
It's complicated. There are lots of ways you can go down, and we're guided by fair trading and legislation as to how we can market a property in terms of pricing, in terms of the way we're trying to raise that capital for the owner. So you're allowed to advertise by offer in rentals. You can do that in residential leasing. You can do that all the way through commercial. It's all sort of through negotiation, whereas sales is a little bit different. So with rentals, I think it's having everything prepared, similar to in sales, and being able to jump and put an offer down, a strong offer to try and secure a property. So it's I think it always comes back down to having all of your ducks in a row so that you can move when you find the one that you want. Would you agree?
Yep.
Absolutely. Something that I do want to add, and a big mistake that I see buyers make, is in this market, they're not offering fast enough. So I've got a really good property on the market at the moment, and I was speaking with a buyer who came through yesterday and said, we'll come back through on the weekend. And I said, but guys, it might be sold by then. That's how quickly that market is moving. We're seeing some properties transacting within a matter of hours at the moment. So offer hard and offer fast. And, even though we put guides on for sale properties, auction guides, or even if it's private treaty, don't offer at the guide.
Yeah.
The guide is there to guide you, but unlikely in this hot market that a vendor is going to accept an offer that is smack bang on the guide. Would you guys agree?
Well, look, it depends where the guides are. Some vendors are putting their guides over where the market is. Some are putting it under where the market is. Some are putting it way under where the market is, which is really upsetting buyers. But I think, first of all, as a buyer, you've got to put your barometer to say, what do you think is fair value? And then I honestly think you have to smash down the ballpark with your offer. But don't forget that, and we are talking about, we did start with rentals, but we moved over to sales. With sales or rentals, you are actually talking in sales. It's actually better to go when you're a market that's moving 10%. Like that's almost 10% in a quarter.
Yeah.
If that's a $500,000 property, that's just moved 50 grand. That's 15 grand a month that property is moving on a $500,000 property. If you think that $500,000 property is worth 510, you're not being silly by offering 510 or 520, given how fast that market's moving. So But that, again, it doesn't just mean you go over shotgun, whatever someone asks, you just go over. It's what you think is actually good value.
But you've got to offer hard and you've got to offer fast. Now, the problem is that sometimes some agents won't give buyers the right advice, and I'm hearing this more and more and more. I've actually been helping people that are not even buying our properties, but will contact me and say, how do I do this? How do I go to an auction to make sure that I get the property? How do I, offer on this property? Does the agent legally have to take my offer to the vendor? All right. So obviously there's, agents aren't out. There's some agents maybe that aren't giving these buyers the right types of advice.
Well, I think you can if you lose confidence in your agent, it often raises question to, is this whole process of me making an offer to an owner being run diplomatically and fairly and transparently? But it's fairly interesting. What do you reckon, James?
I think across the board, it comes back down to getting sticky with the agent that's working with you on the property. If you're not having these sort of key conversations, how are you going to actually understand what the real situation is, what the context is, maybe what the vendor or landlord is thinking at that time? So something that you said to me that's always stuck is that putting an offer forward in whatever capacity is a free question. If you don't ask, you'll never find the answer. So putting your best foot forward, doing it quickly, just put an offer forward, make it a strong one, but it tells you where the goalposts are because you can get some feedback. And that goes all the way across sales and rentals, resi and commercial. So
absolutely. And guys, absolutely. And those offers have got to be made in writing. By law, we must have them in writing. And that can be done in an email, that can be done in a text. We need your first name, your Christian name, the property address, and we also need that offer in writing as well. And yes, we are legally obligated to take that offer to the vendor. It's not our property.
We can lose our license if it's not in writing.
It's not our property and it's not our decision. And I'm always saying to buyers, just give me an offer. Because sometimes even vendors surprise us, right? Situations can change on their side and they can change very quickly, even in a red hot market. I had a situation a couple of weeks ago where exactly that happened, guys. I had a beautiful, beautiful property. I had a great offer on it, but we were just about to launch out to realestate.com, and that is what that vendor wanted. She called me up and she said, Lisa, that offer that you're negotiating on at the moment, I think I'll take it. And I was like, okay, we haven't really started the process yet, but why is that? She said, look, my situation's changed. I need to get to Canberra very quickly. I need to cash out and go. Situation changed.
Yeah. But again, it comes back down to you're the only one, the agent is the only one that knows the context behind the needs and wants, and every vendor situation is different. And sometimes time is against them. They're time poor and they do just want to do the deal. And that can help you to get it all across the line, maybe for a better price than you thought. But again, it comes down to, just get in their pocket a little bit more, I think, and you can understand the situations.
And also, I think for convenience, guys, when you're making an offer out there to an agent, make it convenient for the landlord or for the seller to make a decision. So good quality, clear information is super important. Have it all there. Have it all nicely set it out. Tell a great story. People want to get them. People want to sort of resonate and identify with you and your offer. It's not just dollars. So bring some personal stuff into it. Bring the true story into it, about why you're buying or why you're renting, and a bit about your family and your job and stuff. And that always helps.
Absolutely. And conditions make up a big part of this, guys. So let's just cover for a moment rental. I had a beautiful, beautiful rental that I brought on for a very, very special client. A lovely house in Manly. Many of you guys that are following our socials would have seen it. Amazing property. Anyway, we had that rented very, very quickly. But there were actually two punters on that rental property, and one of the punters didn't offer more, but he was happy to pay 12 months in advance. Now that's significant. That meant a lot to that particular landlord. So don't think for a moment that your conditions don't make up a big part of this. They do. If you've got your finances approved, massive tick, and you can go unconditional on a property, massive tick. If you can do a shorter settlement, for most vendors, not all, some of my vendors or some of our vendors want longer settlements.
Yep.
They haven't bought yet. But don't forget your conditions, guys. And the same with rental properties as well.
Yeah.
I got a real bad reverb. Is that
I don't on my side, but there's a bit of a lag.
people watching can hear that? Sorry, guys. I think that's it, eh? That's the simple thing
Yeah.
with getting offers in there. Just get them in writing, make them happen, and get another thing. Go and see your agent. Go and say g'day. Knock on their door. Watch out. David Guzzo is online. He's the most dangerous Italian in mowing lawns on the northern beaches.
Yes, reverb. Yeah, we do. I can hear it as well.
Okay, but definitely.
Damn technology, and I look like a ghost, guys. I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't actually really look this bad usually, but that's all right. I'm happy for you guys to see me at
And
my
it looks
best
like,
and my
it
worst.
looks like I've got a baseball cap on and everything. It's weird. No, I've got a suit on at the moment.
We're just human beings. That's what we are.
We are.
We're just human beings. All right, guys. So let's just wrap up. Very quickly, guys. And I'm sorry about the reverb. Offer hard. Firm it up with your conditions. Don't be afraid to do crazy, quirky things. And my cousin at an auction a few weeks ago stood up in front of the crowd and said, "Just letting you all know, I'm here to buy the property. Sorry to all of you people that have come here to bid." And I just thought, that's just, A, it's fun, and two, I just thought it was a genius tactic. But make sure you're firming it up with your conditions. Good, strong offers, everything in writing, and, nice, strong applications with a ton of information to back it up. Make the job easier for the property manager on the rental side of things.
And can I say something? Have some friggin' fun. Like enjoy
I love that.
Enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous. Do it with a smile. You got nothing to lose. Have some fun. Smile and put the offer in. Laugh and get the offer lost or accepted. Just get in there.
You're buying a property.
This is something that's meant to be a beautiful thing for your life, whether it's rentals or whether it's sales or whatever. It's a great thing. We don't need to make it a stressful process for you as agents and buyers. You don't need to make it a stressful process for yourself. So
I have fun at my open homes as well. I'm always playing my Michael Bublé. Yeah. The music's always up really loud. We're actually talking about so many things, right? I'm always having great chit-chats with everyone who comes through the open home. Have fun. I love that.
It's much like David Guzzo doing his lawns. David Guzzo is often having a lot of fun doing it, and we have the fun with him, watching him do it. It's hilarious. You can do it in a shitty way and be angry doing lawns, or you can have a ball, and it's two very different worlds. So can offer making be in real estate agenting.
The David Guzzo equivalent of that would be walking into a real estate agency, going live and making an offer live, like he does with his tractors every day.
I love that. All right, guys, that's a wrap. We got the lighting wrong, we got the sound wrong, but the intention was there. Have a great Friday, everybody.
Take care.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
See ya.